Though it may seem on the surface as if the Conjuring House drama has died off after the renewal of Jacqueline Nunez's annual licence has been rejected by the Burrillville Town Council, from what I've heard, this ain't the end. This won't be the end. So, obviously, Jacqueline Nunez has got until the end of November to legally run her business. But that doesn't really mean an awful lot right now. Because, I wouldn't be surprised if after 30th of November she just continued to operate her business in any capacity. Obviously, if she does, then it would be illegal. And if anyone does go, then there would be no backing for refunds because, the reason being is because, she's not supposed to be operating or allowing anyone in. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hope you're all doing well. Let me see who we've got. Hello, Chris. Hello, Sue. Hello, Scott. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Hello to Soap. Hauntingly Beautiful Adventures. What a sick name. Riot Maker. Hello. MKO. Hello. Zoe. Hello. How is everybody doing? We got Witchy Poo. That is actually a sick name, by the way. Witchy Poo. Cree Storm. Off the back of everything that's been going on with the Conjuring House, of course, I have got the... it's not me. I haven't actually been directly sent it or anything. I'm not special. It's from the internet. So on the internet, you can go online and you can find this little nugget right here, right? Which is the BurrillvilleGrancius.com. There is a video that goes with it where it's basically like the entire recording of the Jacqueline Nunez's... thing, but here's the meeting minutes right here. So along here somewhere, I did have it and now I don't. I'm trying to find it. It is you can see where they mention and talk about the renewal license and all that lot. I'll have a little look in just a minute. Ben Scott says Jacqueline Nunez is booking for after the 30th. Well, that doesn't come as a surprise, does it? I mean, look, I know for a fact, right? Well, I don't know for a fact, but I've got a very strong feeling that after the 30th of November, she's just going to continue as is. Like, this isn't going to stop her. This isn't going to make any at all, difference. Like, you know for a fact that she's just going to continue. But, interestingly, you can access, for some reason it pulled up on my phone, but it's not here. You can see an error occurred while playing the video. You can actually see, I don't know if you can see that on my phone right there, but this video right is the actual meeting that took place. So I'll pop that in the description of this video after we finish it if you want to go and check out the meeting, but I'm gonna listen to it, react to it maybe for a video. But from what I've heard as well is the neighbors of the property allegedly are just lining up waiting, so they know for a fact that the Conjuring House obviously isn't supposed to operate. They know everything that's going on. And if they start seeing cars pulling up for events and stuff, they're just going to phone the police. Because, obviously, it would be illegal for her to operate after the 30th of November, as she won't have her entertainment license to be able to function. But, yeah, I'm at work. We'll watch more tonight. Mary Flower, I hope you have a good rest of your shift. I know work's a bit of a biatch sometimes, but I hope that all is well. I'm late. Hello. You're not late to the party. I only literally started like 3 or 4 minutes ago. We haven't really got too far into it, but as you can see, special meeting the council of the town of Burrillville will be held on Monday, November 18th at 4 p.m. in Burrillville Town Building. So unfinished business. I'm just trying to find the buzzwords, obviously Conjuring House and Jacqueline Nunez, but just bear with me. So annual license renewals, alcoholic beverage license, don't need that. Retail class A, that's not Jacqueline. Retail class B, again not Jacqueline. I don't think anyway. I'm just scrolling through it, just bear with me one sec. I literally can't find it anymore. A pool table. You have to have a license to have a pool table? That's crazy. That's crazy. quarterly entertainment license, annual entertainment license. Right, this will be Jacqueline Nunes. So she'll be in here somewhere. Oh, it's in here somewhere. I know it is. There it is. Balefire LLC, The Conjuring House. Obviously, that's them getting their annual renewal. But to grant annual entertainment license under provisions of to the following for a period beginning of December 1st, 2024 and ending November 30th, 2025. So obviously that was what was rejected. I would love to play the video right now, but for some reason it's just not playing the game for me tonight. It doesn't want to work. But what's the chat saying? Number one, you guys saw it before I did. Shout out to you guys. You're always very good at stuff like that. Right, if I just take this and then I do this, can I pull up the clip? Oh, the clip wants to play, but it doesn't want to play at the same time. I hope that the Conjuring House's reputation won't be forever tarnished because of the actions of this delusional woman. It's really difficult to say. I mean, I would be intrigued to see... I mean, I know she's already said that she won't hand it over to anyone else, which is really disheartening because I would love to see someone else give it a go. But she's already said that she's refusing to hand it over to anyone else ever, which is a real shame. I'd rather see it go to a good, happy home, you know? But c'est la vie. That is life, I guess, isn't it? You can't always get what you wish for. Maybe the ghost will throw a party once she's gone. From what I'm hearing, she is the life and soul of the party. She is the party. Ain't no party without JN in the house. Can the house be taken away from her? I don't think so. Because unless she like started missing payments for it. Because at the moment she is obviously the owner. The bank would obviously own it if she's mortgaged it. I can't imagine she's paid outright $1.5 million. So if she started missing repayments, it could potentially get repossessed off her. But you know, there's a lot of loopholes that they'd have to go through. She said that she saved all of humanity. She did say that she saved all of humanity. I've obviously, like, you know, scanned through the internet to try and see what's popping at the minute, to see who's saying what. I know that Jake Hartz has just uploaded a video recently talking about the entertainment license being rejected by the town hall. I'm not sure why he said it was an exclusive, because obviously, like, the clip is literally public access. I just can't get it to load. I can get it to load on my phone, but just not my computer. But some people said that apparently Jacqueline Nunes has actually got her license back off the back of another domain, which I don't know how 110% true that is. I'd be intrigued to see. What's everyone saying? Hello, first time in the chat. Danette, hello, welcome. I hope that you go on to enjoy. If she defaults on a mortgage, it would be foreclosure. Not sure about the IRS would pay to take the fails, pay the property taxes. I don't know. I really don't know that much. 12 News has about the... Oh, right. I'm going to go and check out 12 News. Bear with me. 12 News, baby. Just bear with me. Right, let me just type in Conjuring House. It's that WRPNI or whatever it is. WPRI. That's the puppy. Sorry, everyone. I know this is all over the place. The only videos that they really do well for the WRPNI or whatever is the Conjuring House stuff. But let me have a look. Where is it? For goodness sakes, man. I hate it when I'm not prepared for a stream.
We get your morning started getting you up to speed.
Helping you plan for the day.
Is it this one, Target 12 News?
We're your eyes and ears 24/7, spotlighting the community so you stay connected.
Thingamajig? Right, let me go back to yesterday. Let me see how far back we can go. Right, is it this one? It must be this one. Right, let me have a little listen to this. We're going to watch it together, obviously. Drop it a like. Why not?
At 10 from the Target 12 investigators, the Conjuring house controversy. The historic home has been under scrutiny for months, and tonight the Burrillville Town Council voted not to renew an entertainment license for the paranormal home. Thank you for joining us. I'm Mike Montecalvo.
And I'm Shannon Heggie. Target 12 investigator Sarah Granelli was at tonight's meeting and has more. Sarah?
A group of neighbors and former employees of the Conjuring house came to town hall on Monday. They say they're happy with the town council's decision to reject the entertainment license for the famous home.
All those in favor? Aye.
The Burrillville Town Council unanimously voted Monday night to not renew the entertainment license for the Conjuring house. It has hosted guests from all over the world in search of paranormal activity.
I think maybe the fact that she's trying to take advantage of the spirits for financial gain might be the reason. I just don't think it's something that you should try to cash in on.
Don Sullivan has owned a home across the street for 5 years. He says he believes the council made the right decision, since the property attracts people at all hours of the night, and the homeowner, Jacqueline Nunez, recently was arrested for allegedly driving under the influence.
I'm the owner of the Conjuring house,
which prompted his family to put up these signs.
It's challenging. You know, there's a lot of interest in the place. There's a lot of traffic. I've had my son almost be hit outside.
Here's the application for the entertainment license. The fire marshal and the police chief rejected the application.
So just on that quickly, obviously the fire marshal rejected it because there was no sufficient sprinkler system within the home, which obviously meant that, you know, it just wasn't safe to go to. And the police chief actually said that he'd rejected it because obviously the Jacqueline Nunez's current behaviours, but also because of structural integrity. Apparently structural integrity was a big problem.
At the meeting, Colonel Stephen Lynch said he was concerned for the overnight staff.
When the license was denied, I can't say I didn't feel relieved.
In addition to neighbors, former employees
denied. I can't.
What does that say on their tops? Save the farm. On something top road. I can't see what the top says because the cameras are all the lights on the cameras.
Can't say I didn't feel relieved.
In addition to neighbors, former employees of the Conjuring house showed up at the meeting wearing t-shirts supporting the home on Round Top Road, but they say not the current business.
More than anything, I hope that one day all of us get the chance to be back at the house. I don't think it's going to happen under the current owner, sadly, but one day we have hope that we'll be able to go back and interact with the spirits there again.
Jason Hawes, who starred in Sci-Fi's hit series Ghost Hunter, says he and his family have been threatened and harassed by Nunez for months. While Nunez has previously told Target 12 she believes people are trying to take her and the Conjuring house down.
Now, Ms. Nunez claims that we're trying to take the Conjuring house from her. I want nothing to do with the Conjuring house. I don't want to buy the Conjuring house. I had the chance in the beginning and I chose not to.
For Sullivan, he says he'd like to see the town take it over.
I'd love to see the town own it, the Burrillville Land Trust. In the end, you know, I believe there's a lot of people who are trying to take advantage of the property. And I don't know if that's necessarily the best thing to do.
A town councilor tells me that Nunez's entertainment license will expire by December. He says that she will be able to resubmit for her entertainment license next year. In Burrillville, Sarah Granelli, 12 News.
First at 10 from the...
So, long story short, she actually will have at least 1 year without any form of income. Right now, because she's not able to reapply for the next year. So I know she's got a lot of money, but does she have enough money to be able to afford the Conjuring house without it generating any income? Because surely eventually this will end up becoming a financial burden, right? So if that does become the case and it does become a financial burden, does this mean, well, would this necessarily mean that she's like gonna sell it? Because obviously if someone else comes in and owns it, they would be able to apply for the entertainment license. It's just that plot twist. What happens if she just gets someone else to own the Conjuring house and apply for the thing in their name? Is that possible? Would she be able to apply for... Would she be able to apply in someone else's name? And then continue it that way? I don't know. Chat, help me. It will go into foreclosure if she doesn't pay the mortgage and the city could buy it. I think that would be the best thing in my opinion. Or change to the name of the house, Ben. Yeah. Well, actually, I think it's her that's not able to apply for the license. So even if she changed the name, I don't think she'd be able to apply, would she? I'm not 100% sure how that whole thing works. Ben, pull up the Coffee with Carolyn video. Okay, I am on it. How are we spelling that? Coffee with Carolyn. Okay, what's this? Is it really over? Depends who owns the property. Let's have a look at this. Now, I'm intrigued to see. Is it really over? It depends who really owns the property. Okay, let's have a look at it.
Hello, beautiful creatures of the world, guys and ghouls. Yes, we're going to be talking about Jacqueline Nunez and the Conjuring house today. If you are subscribed to Jason Hoare's YouTube channel or to his Facebook, you were one of the first to find out last night through the little notification bells that Jacqueline Nunez did not have her entertainment license renewed. Jacqueline Nunez and Balefire LLC does not have an entertainment license renewal by the town of Burrillville. What does this mean? This means that Jacqueline's last day of operation of the Conjuring house will be November 30th, 2024. Is this it, ladies and gentlemen?
No.
Beautiful creatures of the world,
absolutely
guys and
not.
ghouls?
Of course it's not.
I've gotten a lot of subscribers and made a lot of friends through this story.
Me too.
Is this the end? Is the small franchise that we are building here on Coffee with Carolyn, the Conjuring franchise, over on our channel? I wouldn't put it past Jacqueline Nunez to come up with a very creative solution. I would not put it past Jacqueline Nunez to leave us astounded at her future dealings.
Okay, so
Ladies and gentlemen,
what's your theory?
Creatures of the world, guys and ghouls. Many times we thought Jacqueline Nunez was down for the count. It was over. And she came back. Is this going to be one of those moments yet again? We don't know. But we sure do have a suspicion that Jacqueline Nunez has a thing or two up her sleeve. And we're going to tell you what my theory is after we discuss everything that has happened recently with the Conjuring house.
Right, so we've kept quite in the loop with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward to her thoughts and opinions, because if she's along the same lines as me, there might be a possibility that that she might be thinking that if you just put the house in someone else's name, they can apply for the license.
Refunds. Balefire LLC now has complaints with the Better Business Bureau. Last week, Scott Kitzlars, the gentleman and his wife that were thrown out of the Conjuring house and caught the whole spiel by Jacqueline on tape and audio, we showed you here on a previous episode of the Conjuring house drama. Scott Kitzlars filed a complaint with the Federal Trade Commission against Balefire LLC. And now when we're all focusing on Jacqueline's crazy personal drama, the fact that she may or may not have mental illness, that she has a substance abuse problem, that she was caught drinking and driving, that she's had her driver's license suspended in the...
Hang on. Ben, send me an email to the email in my channel description. I'm doing an interview with Jacqueline this week. No way. Hang on, I've got to just like sort this out real quick, because my ADHD won't allow me to do more than a thing at a time. So I will forget about this. So let me just see. TC Caroline. Yeah, that's you. That's you, all right. Right, I'm just going to send you an email with hi. It's not because I'm being rude. It's just because I'm obviously in the middle of a stream. So let me just do that real quick because otherwise I'm going to end up forgetting. Bear with me, everyone. I know this is like real professional, but you know me here. I'm just ad hoc. Hello from Ben at Simply Strange. Right. Done. I don't know if you heard the but that's me sending you an email. Right. Back to the situation at hand.
Guys and ghouls, why would you own a real estate company and not have that company own 1677 Round Top Road in Burrillville, Rhode Island? I think Balefire LLC ran the day-to-day operations, effectively renting the Conjuring house from Wonder Group LLC. When Jacqueline Nunez established her incorporation papers with the state of Rhode Island, which I showed you in the previous clip, they were approved in February of 2022. She was able to operate under Balefire LLC in March of 2022, and yet all the newspaper write-ups said loosely, Jacqueline Nunez, owner of Wonder Group LLC, has purchased 1677 Round Top Road in Burrillville, Rhode Island in May of 2022 for $1.5 million. Nobody mentioned Balefire LLC. I have a suspicion as to what may transpire. If Wonder Group LLC, her real estate holding company, holds the mortgage on 1677 Round Top Road in Burrillville, Rhode Island, Jacqueline Nunez is free to march Balefire LLC into bankruptcy court and basically be absolved of all the debt. Dissolving Balefire LLC. And people will find out at that point that 1677 Round Top Road in Burrillville, Rhode Island was not a physical asset of Balefire LLC. That's my theory. I know if I was to purchase such an important piece of property and I had a real estate holding company, that is where that property would be, in that portfolio.
She makes a really interesting point, actually. Really interesting point. There's a lot of ways that she can work and wangle her way around this. So that was from Coffee with Kerry Lynn. Go and check her out if you are interested in, well, checking her out. But very interesting in stuff. Very interesting indeed. Very interesting stuff indeed. Words getting all tangled up there. I saw someone ask, was it someone called Scotty? Yeah, Scotty. Hey Ben, have you spoken with Brian Dansereau? How is he feeling about the whole thing? He's just in shock and awe as much as we are. He's confirmed that he's got a new job now, so he's been able to, go out and work and, sort himself out, which is fantastic. That's all we ever wanted for Brian. The lawsuit's still impending, so obviously, that's still on the ropes. And he's, he's still doing bits and pieces over on, he's obviously still got the lawsuit going through. He's got a new job, but he can't believe what he's seeing either. It's really crazy. Kerry watches you all the time. That's how I knew about you. Oh, no way, Sue. I'll have to check out Coffee with Kerry Lynn for sure. I didn't know. This is what I love about this, though, is that we're able to connect with other people. Many real estate investors do that setup with LLCs and then bail out. It's crazy and sad. Yeah, it's just a get out of jail free card, really, isn't it? Thank goodness he's got a job now. Yeah, I was chuffed to bits. He's been there for it's probably about 4 weeks now. He's been there, so yeah, he seems to be settling in all right, I suppose. Fabulous news. Thank you, Ben. Love the show. Oh, thank you, Scotty. By the way, obviously, if you ever wanted to jump on a call or whatever, or you want to vent your opinions, you can always hit the link at the top. It's just a live Zoom link, and anyone that comes in, I think, will just go to the waiting room. And then, obviously, from there, we can chat about all the stuff and see what happens. A little drowned in first-class swimming pool in RMS. Well, Harrisville here. There is no effing way the town is going to let her have anything to do with the business. I mean, it looks like there could be a chance. Right. Carolyn is in the chat, so we're gonna just get her in. Bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. Hello.
Hi.
Hello. How are ya?
I'm all right. How are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you. What's your thoughts on everything that's gone on?
Well, I was really relieved just now to hear that Brian got a new job.
Me too. Me too.
I'm very relieved that the Conjuring House won't be in business. It's really a shame for anyone who's been wanting to go. I have nieces and nephews. They're young, but they always talked about wanting to go, and I hope it can get to a point where it can be open again and under new management.
Yeah.
I was curious how, I don't know how much you're able to share for privacy reasons, but how do you make these connections with people involved, like Cody and Satori and Brian Dancero? You seem to have an in with everybody, and that's something that not a lot of other streamers can say they've got.
No, it's just by accident, to be perfectly honest. It's in Brian's instance, he reached out to me on Facebook because he saw the videos that I was making. With Cody and Satori, I'd already kind of spoken to Satori a little bit prior to all of this when everything was going on with the Sam and Colby stuff last year. And with Jason, it's just off the back of this, obviously just through Satori. That's how Jason got in touch with me. But, usually I don't like to speculate on things. I like to have like hard facts when I talk about things on videos. And for me, the best place to find hard facts would just be through talking to the people directly, So, I just usually just shoot them a message, whether it be on Instagram or Facebook or whatever, or email, and just see what happens and take it from there, really.
Wow, that's really impressive. I haven't seen many other streamers who have those sorts of connections. It just goes to show your respect in everything, and like you said, just finding the hard facts, and I definitely think that sets you apart, and that's why I come back to this channel. And
thank you.
I'm very impressed.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. That really does mean a lot, because sometimes I never know if I'm doing a good job, but yeah, that does mean a lot.
Yeah, and the live streaming, Zoom calling, that's a very personable approach. I actually called in last week when you were talking with Cody and Satori. It's so cool to have this accessibility, and you can hear other people's opinions and we can discuss with everybody. I think that's just a really smart approach.
Yeah.
And as far as the Conjuring House goes, I think this has been a long time coming. I feel bad for everyone involved, but I think Jacqueline, hopefully she'll start to listen to reason. I don't know, but
yeah,
I really hope so.
I mean, I hope so. I doubt she will, but I guess now everything has come into place where it's not just Jason kind of shouting from the rooftops anymore, where she can say, oh, you're just trying to cancel the business. It's actually the town council have come in and been like, right, well, here are some actual problems. Structural integrity is a problem. The fire marshal saying, no sprinkler systems is a problem. Yeah.
That's been the biggest source of relief to me, is just the people who've been victimized in this whole situation. And regardless of what you think of Cody and Satori's method, these are people who are really suffering. They've lost property and have been, unable to get their money from the insurance from the fire. And, despite what people think of them and their, their lifestyle, these are real people. I just imagine being them and being just bullied like this. And I'm so glad that they aren't alone anymore, that they're not just, shouting into the sky with no one to answer them.
Yeah.
I'm just really relieved.
No, I agree. And, everything seems to be moving in a positive direction now for them too. So that's always nice.
Yeah, those are kind of that's my thoughts, pretty compacted and summarized. But yeah, thank you for the hard work you do. And I'm glad that everyone's seeing some improvement. I hope that the Conjuring House will be open under new management in the next year.
Fingers crossed. We can only, or even if it doesn't, but Jacqueline Nunez is able to get the help that she needs, then,
Yeah, I guess really hope that. I do.
Me too. But thank you so much for sharing your thoughts as well, and really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you, Ben. You have a good day.
And you, take care.
Thanks.
Right, that's awesome. Yeah, like I agree with everything there. Hopefully in the next 12 months we might be able to see some kind of movement, whether it be Jacqueline in a better place or whether it be something else. But we got Ronnie as well, so I'm going to get Ronnie in as well next. Just checking the chat. Hello? Falconry with Kai. I hope she doesn't find a way around it. She might well find a way around it. There's no ruling it out at this point. There's no saying that she can't or wouldn't find a way around it. But also tax breaks against the business license at least. Interesting. Hello.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Hello. How are you? Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm wonderful, thank you. Calling from Chicago. I love your show. Sweet, I love your commentary, and darling, you're the sweetest thing on two legs. I got to tell you, I don't mean to make you blush, but I don't know when's the next time I'm going to be able to say this. But your coverage on the Conjuring House has just had me enthralled. So off the bat, you're doing a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you so much.
Absolutely no, and thank you for continually following this. With the coverage, it occurred to me that in the spiritual community, in the ghost hunting community, that these places like the Conjuring House and Trans Allegheny, Asylum, things of that nature, there has to be a way that the communities surrounding these structures can somehow make them like historical landmarks of some kind so that they are protected. Yeah. And when it comes to the Conjuring House, there has to be a way that the township itself can somehow take ownership of the home. And that way it would be in proper custodial care. That the house would always be up to code, and that there would be people that would be held accountable to make sure that that visitations are approved and things of that manner. It just appears that when you give these sites to private ownership, you're going to have problems like this in the upcoming future. The Conjuring House was an entity unto itself. And for me, in the way that I look at things, it seems to me that this lady, I may be going out on a limb here, but I feel like maybe she's been under some type of spiritual attack to where she has just been acting, extraordinarily inappropriate. Because I can't see how anybody in their correct faculties could justify, polarizing an entire staff that was dedicated to help her and to preserve the legacy of this home, or even in her arrest, this hubris that she was showing towards the police. And like you said to the last caller, hopefully she gets the hope that she needs, but in that, hopefully, within that time that she gets that hope, she doesn't do anything to this house that has so much history and we can learn so much more from in the future.
Yeah, I think I think everything you've said there is bang on. So in terms of the historical property, I spoke to Satori about this, right? And apparently, like, for it to become a historical site, something significant has to have happened at the place. And apparently, the Conjuring house doesn't tick that criteria. Now, I don't know how it doesn't, because if you've got a blockbuster movie made after the house, like, that's quite significant in my eyes, but apparently it's not enough for it to become a historical location. But
Yeah, exactly. Like, define historical then
exactly
at that point.
Yeah, exactly. You know, does it have to be new history? Does it have to be like, you know, a great battle took place at somewhere around there or something like that? But you know, I think the next best thing could be, and probably along the same lines as it becoming a historical location, is for like the town to take ownership of it, like a national trust kind of thing, in which, you know, they.
In one of your, I'm sorry, in one of your earlier videos, you know, you were talking like when you go to Edinburgh, you know, you're going to go to the restaurant or you might stay at a hotel or something like that. That township has a fiscal investment when it comes to the Conjuring house. So if we bypass the historical landmark, there's got to be something in which the township itself can make claims or lay claims to that house. Now, I would love to go see it at one point. I mean, that's not on the radar at this moment, but it's definitely in the bucket list. But it would really be a shame if at this woman's hands, during some manic episode, she crossed a bridge in her mind where it's like, if I can't have it, nobody will.
Yeah, and that's not something that you could, in like, with the behavior that we've seen, it's not something that you put past her, is it? You know?
No.
It's something that is very much a possibility. Because we've seen stranger things happen. I mean, you know, for her to claim that she is the savior of humanity and to then go on a rant about, you know, or sending in like unsolicited 7-page documents about laws of the cosmos when you're trying to apply for your entertainment license isn't exactly of sound mind behavior. So you know, it's not, again, like we've heard from the fire marshals, from the town council, that there's not exactly great fire precautions put in place. So anything that was to happen could become quite irreversible very, very quickly. So it's a really good point you've made.
You know, and again, you know, and I go back to this point, you know, I mean, back in the day, before we had the vocabulary, before we had the information, we would call mental illness some type of possession. I don't want to belabor this point, but once again, how do we know that Jacqueline isn't under some type of spiritual attack? Because in previous videos, the former owners, they said that when they met with her, you know, that she was perfectly fine. And then, you know, the moment that the ball started rolling where the house could possibly, you know, become in her ownership, you know, she just flipped on a dime.
Yeah.
It's, you know, it just, I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, anything of that nature, but it gives pause. That's all I've got to say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get off the line so that other callers can come in. Darling, you stay as cute as you are, and you keep bringing us these broadcasts, because you're doing a wonderful job, darling.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That means a lot.
My pleasure.
It's been wonderful talking to you. By the way, just a quick question before you go. Are you, like, do you do radio or anything? I've seen a lot of people asking.
Oh, the voice.
You've literally got the voice for radio, like, honestly.
Darling, I used to sing. I used to sing in my day, and
No
you know,
way.
when you find out that, yeah, that doesn't quite pay the bill, so you got to do what you got to do. But hey, when you got it, you got it, right?
Absolutely,
So,
and you got it. You got it.
God bless you, baby. You take good care, sweetie. Bye-bye.
And you take care. Bye.
Bye, love.
Oh, what a legend. What an absolute... I am blushing. I'm not going to lie to you. I haven't had that many compliments in such a short space of time in a long time. I'm joking. But no, that was lovely. Right. I've seen... Is stuff getting rowdy in the comments section? Because I've just seen Sue saying, "How do you block someone in here? What's going on?" Right. We've got. Is it right? I'm gonna say Celtic, but it could be Celtic. Celtic Cat. I'm gonna assume. Just letting them in now, so bear with it. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Are we behind the lag time?
Are we what? Sorry.
Lag time.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, okay. I see it's a little lagged. Yeah, actually, I totally agree 100%.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the whole thing is absolutely crazy at the minute, isn't it? Like with what's going on and how it's all developing, and the way that everything's kind of panned out.
Yeah, yes, what the Southern lady said was bang on, as you said, in terms of it becoming a historic place. I used to live on both sides of Massachusetts, been many years. I do live in the South now. But I do think that it needs a historic. Now, I'm not sure. I'm not as familiar with what the boxes, as you were saying, to be ticked off. That needs to be for historical site. But I think that in Massachusetts, different. But that's going to be 300 years old.
Yeah, so the location, yeah, you're right, actually, because I think it was in the 18 or 1700s it came about.
1726.
Yeah, well, there you go. So in a couple of years' time, it literally turns 300 years old. So, I mean, I don't know how it can't be classed as a historic location when it's that old. It brings great tourism to the town. It can't just be the Conjuring House that makes money, because if the Conjuring House doesn't do food, people will finish an investigation and be like, well, I want to either stay overnight or stay for the day. I'll book a hotel that's in the location. You might go for dinner the night before. You might get breakfast the morning after. Like that. It all brings money and tourism to the place. So there's got to be something where like this has to be something. It's got to be. This can't be how it ends for the Conjuring House.
But with the public, my thing is I think it would be now in terms of the owners who were before, how often did they do this as a business? Obviously, you can see her, it was just dollar signs in her eyes.
Yeah, I mean, I can't remember how long Corey and Jen had the house before Jacqueline took it. But I know when Jacqueline came in, the prices suddenly ramped up. She bought in like other little gimmicks, like the gift shop. She bought in the camping stuff that she does. Is it gamping, the ghost camping and stuff like that? So
yes, something like that. Yeah.
So there's all of these gimmicks that she's bought in. Obviously, this was always going to be she's a businesswoman. I guess we could really see it from a mile off that this was always going to be a business proposition for her. But it'll be it's definitely an interesting one.
But I don't think she's taken over spirits. Personally, I just think that she's got a lot, and maybe if you're kind of going through, I had suggested sort of bipolar and so forth, sort of a psychotic thing. I think when you get up to that level, in terms of that, it's like you're just preparing scenarios in your head, and then, as people have said, her narcissistic personality, you put that in a blender, and then you get a bunch of crazy coming out. So she's gonna believe, obviously, that spirit influence or something that she's created in her head. Now, to get to her, I believe, I know I've had some family members, that someone who's kind of been through it. I mean, I honestly don't know. I'm not a psychologist. I mean, I've studied it, but it's like, I feel that would be the only way to get through it through her, honestly. I think it was the family really hardly involved, if I recall.
Yeah. So I don't think her family are too involved with her. I don't actually know for certain. It's just what I've heard through the rumor mill. But that would just be me speculating. So I'm not 100% sure what family are involved with her, to be fair.
Yeah, I agree. I just think that it should be, historic, because I was sort of from, that area, and it should, but would people be disappointed? There's always the historic places, as you were saying, and the other lady was saying, like, you have the day tours, and in terms of the history, because it's a very beautiful house and something that, I'm familiar with and I love. But then also the night tours, but they just don't go. And I don't know, I just maybe felt she was exploiting too much. As you said, it was with the prices and all that, and she had all these rules. And so I think she went overboard.
I agree. I think it's there's a lot that's gone on, obviously, and hopefully either this is gonna end up the house changing hands, and hopefully whoever comes in next, can do the place justice and hopefully win back over the public with the location. And if not,
it will get messy.
Yeah, I think if I'm honest, I can't see Jacqueline Nunez willingly giving it. I think it will be a case of I don't know her how she's going about paying for the house, whether it's through a mortgage or whether she's outright paid for it already, or if she's paid it off or what. But I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the after November 30th as well. I've heard that they're still taking bookings for after November 30th, so I'll be very intrigued to see, let's say, how things progress moving forwards.
They're still doing it, but I thought the cutoff was the 30th. I mean, I'm thinking that she would do, quote, private tours, not under business. Like, oh, it's just some friends,
right.
But that's just
a bit of cash in hand work kind of thing. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, interesting. That's a thought process I never thought of, actually. So that's actually a really good one.
Right. But I think with small town, where I used to live in New England, sometimes I guess I don't want to say small town but all the hoops that you have to go through would be hard. I think probably in the end with the bank getting involved, as you said, and so forth. So I mean, I just hope something, and where Barova was a very small, and this is nationwide. Heck, you're over across the pond, and it's a big thing. So there would need to be some management. I know people have said some type of conservatorship, but I think best that someone else has would own that and take care of it in a different way, and not just do like as a turnover pit just for the money.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. I think all your points are bang on there, and I think we're all on the right lines with it. I think everyone feels a very similar way. Ultimately they want to see this not as a business but as a well-respected property and go back to I guess its heyday. But yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for calling in and chatting. I really appreciate your thoughts and opinions. I know I feel like I'm rushing you out, but I've got people waiting. I don't mean to be rude. I'm sorry.
Understandable. No problem.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Honestly, you've given a lot of food for thought, actually.
Okay. Well, thanks so much. Ciao.
Thank you too. Take care.
Bye.
I always feel so horrible when I'm feeling like I'm rushing people out the door. I don't mean to, so I do apologise. I've seen some interesting things about Jack Osborne and Zach Baggins potentially taking it over. Now, Zach obviously would be an interesting one, but Jack Osborne, I'd love to see that. I think he would be a good fit for it. But we've got someone else ready to come in with Sean. Big up, Sean. Hello.
Hello?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, not too bad, Ben. How are you doing?
Not bad, thank you. Sorry for the wait.
That's okay. Well, hello from Canada.
Oh, lovely.
Um, and as you may see on there, my name is White Raven. That is actually my First Nations Coistiquet name.
Oh, interesting.
So it's the indigenous population here. I'm not adopted into a family, but I've been adopted by a group of people in my area. So that was officially given to me as my Coistiquet name.
Oh, wow.
Please forgive my voice. I am going through a cold right now.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And I want to say that I am a big fan. I've been following you for long enough that I feel like I already know you and Lainey both.
Oh, thank you so much.
I've been following for a long time. I must say, I really admire you for coming out when you did about everything that was going on with you in the house. I really respect you for being honest and coming out to us. No, I don't want to make this about that, obviously. As far as the Conjuring house goes, I think pretty much everyone else has said what I've been thinking.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that I agree with you on a point of earlier video that you did, where you said if she were to go away, take some time for herself, take 6 months, get everything in order, get the house back up to spec. I think if I were able to go, I would be more willing to definitely go and investigate, or as a if I'm guessing anybody, who would like to investigate that place if she would take that time, I think, and show that she really does have an interest in that aside from the money, I think that, I think she'd do much better.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, like, everyone knows that obviously, we've all got to make money. We've all got to pay our bills, especially in the climate that we live in, right? So no one begrudges her for making money. But I think, with everything that's gone on, I mean, we've obviously got Scott, who's in the chat, who's been, like, literally scammed out of almost $1,000. And he's been scammed, and he's been, like, he's going through the ringer with trying to get his money back. And it shouldn't have to be this difficult. But, yeah, I think I stand by it. If she took 6 months, she invested the money that needed to be invested into the house to get it up to standard, obviously to make it safe for the public, and she made herself safe for the public. Because right now, I wouldn't want to go there. I wouldn't trust that I could go in there and have a wonderful time.
Exactly.
And I think it's about earning that trust back, isn't it? Because after everything that's gone on, it's gonna, even if she was to continue with the house, right, and let's say her license did get reinstated and she continued,
right,
I wouldn't be surprised if she saw some kind of potential dip in bookings and people coming along, because I mean, no one seems to really, unless they were going in a big group and they felt like they could all look out for each other, but
exactly, yeah,
it begs the question of, obviously, first and foremost, she needs to look after herself, and secondly, the public need to make sure that they're safe.
Well, exactly, and I agree. Now, I'm also a person who believes in forgiveness, obviously, and I mean, I've had things in my life where I've always been a great person. I'll be honest.
Me too.
But if it wasn't for people who were stuck by me, loved me unconditionally, and forgave me for my transgressions, so to speak, where would I be today? So how can I not extend that to, her or anybody else?
Yeah, I completely agree with you, and I think that's a quite a lovely way to put it. Actually, is ultimately we're all human. We all make mistakes, and if she is, going through a difficult patch mentally or whatever, people understand these things. Like, people understand that this is the thing, but I think at the minute it's obviously trying to get through to her that right now, like, the way things, like, because right now she sees everything as a personal attack from how I see it.
Well, exactly. I think that if there were somebody in her life that could come to her and calmly sit down and just show her, that maybe you need to take a step back for a bit,
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Like, And I don't know if there is that person. Obviously, like, if Jason Hawes was to go and do it, she'd see it as an attack because he is the enemy.
That's a definite, exactly.
You know, if anyone else does it, but yeah, exactly. She almost needs someone that she trusts, you know, and to go to her and just be like, look, this is the case. These people are right. Just, you know, take some time, come back to it, and all will be well. Which I think it would be.
Oh no, I agree with you 100%. But I think, you know, that's basically the point I wanted to make now. So thank you again for having me on your Zoom call and on your YouTube.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining. And I love the backstory, by the way, with everything that you've got, and you know how you were like kind of adopted in and stuff. I love that. It was like really interesting to hear about that. I'd love to hear some more sometime.
Certainly, anytime, anytime.
Amazing. Thank you so much for calling in.
Thank you. Have a great day.
And you, take care.
Bye.
That was awesome. That was really awesome. Right, what are we seeing? I'm sorry, when I chat with people, I feel rude if I start reading the chat, so I try and avoid it. So what's everyone saying in the chat? And then I've got one last person to jump in before I probably wrap up this video. I see chip coffee. I'm not sure. I think I'm like so far behind. Right. Penny is the next one in the chat, so let's have a look. I'm at work, missed so much of the live. Oh, don't worry about it, Zoe. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Yeah, not bad, thank you.
Well, I'm surprised with all the people that you have following you that I actually got a chance to talk to you.
Oh,
I've been following this. I have been following this right from the beginning. And let me just start off by saying that I've watched Jason Hawes since Taps, okay? Beginning, he's like the OG.
Yeah, he is. He is the OG.
Of ghost hunting. He's very transparent. He's very honest. I've never seen him being deceitful. When he says that this is a dangerous situation, I think people ought to look at it as a dangerous situation. It's not just about the living. It's now crossed over into the supposed spirits that are there. You know, you poke a bear. If you poke a bear, what's going to happen? It's going to attack, either whether they're living or dead. So what I think is happening with Jacqueline is, yeah, there's definitely some mental illness. I couldn't believe the whole scene unfolding in front of me with her with the police. Oh. I live in Massachusetts. I live literally like 45 minutes away. Okay. And let me tell you something. The police are nothing nice when you act like that. But because she thinks she has money in the Conjuring house, she thinks she's going to get away with some kind of thing. Well, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Eventually, they're going to get tired of it. However, I do think that with the mental illness, it's definitely there. I have plenty of experience in my own backyard, so to speak. So it's kind of obvious she does. But I think it's too much is being put into the spirits there, where the spirits are going, listen, Jacqueline, we're sick of your crap. Knock it off. You know what I mean? I mean, if you were getting poked at, you would come back.
Yeah.
And if you're dead, you're still human. You're going to come back and say, hey, enough is enough.
Yeah.
So she's messing with the living and the dead. But the problem is like Jason said, it's a safety issue. He obviously started out as a plumber. He obviously knew that there was issues within the house itself, having the public in there. Okay? So you're not working with a bag of jacks here, okay? Jason knows his crap. Yeah. I highly respected him all these years. Satori and Cody and all those folks that got booted, that was horrific. Okay, they didn't deserve that.
No, I agree.
You know, and for Burrville not to intervene any sooner is beyond me. because of the houses. They have a very good reputation. So I don't understand why nobody's listening. Just as an example, in Newport, Rhode Island, which is not too far away, you have this whole entire road full of beautiful mansions, okay, that are filled with spirits. Nobody that owns the privately owns those mansions allows tours. The other ones are owned by the historic society.
Yeah.
And I do believe that the state of Rhode Island should pick up the Conjuring House, make it part of the society, and do it in a regulatory way rather than letting somebody that doesn't know anything about spirits. It's obvious she has no idea what she's doing when it comes to ghost hunting.
Yeah.
And she's over there spitfiring Jason for it.
Yeah,
it's wrong.
I think you're actually bang on with everything that you're saying, and like you say, Jason is a very well-respected, well-reputed guy. Like, not just in the paranormal world, obviously the paranormal world he really is, but just in real life as well. And in this whole situation, I don't know how he's managed to remain just so classy.
Because he is.
Well,
he
exactly.
doesn't need to prove anything to anybody. He's built this reputation.
Yeah, and he is just, like, I've spoken to him on a few occasions. I've been fortunate enough to. And, he's just one of the most down-to-earth guys you'll ever meet. Honestly, what you see is what you get with him. No hidden agendas, nope. Trying to get the Conjuring House for himself. He doesn't care for it.
He doesn't want it. He doesn't want it.
No.
He's been to so many places, darling, that, you know what, if he's going to pick anything, I don't think it's going to be the Conjuring House, first and foremost. And secondly, he's always been the type of guy to go out and just look for the truth.
Yeah, and I think, like, all nothing but respect to the guy for that, and the way that he's, like, managed this. I mean, his kids have been dragged through the ringer, Satori especially, after everything that went on last year, and then everything that's going on with the Conjuring House, and, he's kept a cool head, he's been composed, and he's just dealt with everything very professionally. So,
well, it stands to reason, here in the North, it's a transparent, no BS type of place to live,
Yeah.
A lot of people are like that. But going ahead and saying a little bit more, Jason has always given the impression to anybody who's ever come across, hey, listen, this place is haunted, this place is not, this place is dangerous, this place is not. He's done that in the past.
Yeah.
So if he's saying that the Conjuring House is dangerous, I don't understand why nobody's listening to him. Furthermore, any father that loves their children like he does is going to stick up for their daughter. And especially if there's death threats made. That should be really looked at. That's dangerous. If she's threatening the Hawses and harassing the Hawses, it won't make a difference who it is she's going to harass them.
Yeah.
But because Jason stood up for the right thing, he's the target of her aggression.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And she like, in this situation, I think she does need someone to, like, be the villain, because she's being villainized, I suppose. So it's absolutely no surprise that she's kind of picked the first person that kind of has been speaking out against him, or her. Sorry.
Of course, because he's calling her out.
Yeah.
Anybody, if you go back and look at all of his content, he is a no BS guy.
I feel not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He takes what he does seriously because he's searching for the truth, just like all the other paranormal investigators. Well, excuse me, not all, but I won't say who those are.
Yeah.
Let's just say one owns a museum and his ego has been stroked so much for 28 seasons that I've just dropped him like a bad habit.
Yeah.
I respect Jason Hawes. I watch Jason Hawes. I watch Satori and Coey. They have nothing to gain by saying this woman needs help.
Yeah.
They have nothing to gain by saying this property is not safe for people to be on. Not to mention, if there's 5 or 7, or there's a graveyard right in the back of the Conjuring House. You really think that the dead appreciate being, hey, talk to me. Hey, you there?
Yeah, I agree.
It's rest in peace means rest in peace, not poke at the bear.
Yeah, I think you're again.
You know,
you're exactly right. You're exactly right. I think the. I mean, yeah,
yeah, the parents made it clear.
Yeah, they really did.
You know, and I watched Sam and Kobe go there. Okay, and I love them too. They're the new generation of ghost hunters.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm 56 years old, but they are good. Okay, and I saw them go there, and I seen like the mood was off. Like you could tell something was starting to happen. I don't know. I just got that feeling because I'm like, wow, you know, Cody and Satori. I kept looking at Jacqueline as they're doing their what they call what did Kobe and Sam call it?
Their method.
Yeah, that method that they came up with, and they kept just looking over at Jacqueline because she had a phone taping them, and it's like, really?
Yeah.
You know, like that's what made people be so skeptical.
Yeah, I think
Cody and Satori.
Yeah.
They don't have anything to gain by coming out and saying, "Hey, we got this method. We're able to do it." You know, they put themselves out there.
Yeah,
they're
well,
not going to put.
That's
She's not going to put her father's reputation on the line.
No, I mean, I spoke to Satori live actually. I think it was last week, and you know, she said to me, she was like, she never said that they never agreed to kind of do the method for Sam and Colby. Jacqueline actually like set them up to do it.
That's what I'm saying. It was all in the body language.
Yeah, and so Cody and Satori never actually wanted to do it for Sam and Colby's video, but they were kind of forced to by Jacqueline. And then
wow.
And then like so Cody was like, yeah, we feel like we were just like pawns in a game, you know, and our
like puppets.
Yeah, and our like method was kind of like almost like a unique selling point where they could just like Jacqueline was like, oh, here's another thing to kind of like make it basically be like a parlor trick.
Right.
You know?
She was gaining profit off of their talent.
Yeah, exactly. And you know, she was like, they never wanted to do it, but Jacqueline was obviously the boss, and they didn't have much of a choice.
Right. You know, it's just sad. It's just sad because, you know, there was a lot of scary stuff that went on with the parent family, and then other investigators are going in there, and it's just like it to me, it's just like poking the bear.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't do that. You know, have Rhode Island take it over. You know, have one open season of it and then leave it alone for the rest of the year. So, you know, the house can rest itself. Let's just be respectful of the dead.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's how it should be. You know, they should be respected as human beings, and the house should be respected for what it is, not like turned into something that it's not, you know?
Right.
And I definitely think that seems to be the way that the business has gone in recent times, especially. You know, and it's like being turned into something completely different to what it was initially set out to actually be.
Exactly. And that was Jason and Cody and Satori and all of them's premise is that this is supposed to be an historical site with history, not a let's just soak it for what it is. I mean, $1,600 a night? Are you kidding me? I can get an Airbnb for that price.
Well, that's it. For some people, that's more than what they earn in a in a month. You know.
Yeah, and you're gaining off the dead.
Yeah.
That's disrespectful. Thank goodness the Arnolds are not around to see this anymore. They'd be appalled.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, I just think the whole thing is a bloody mess. I really do. And I think all I'm going to say for now is that I think that Burrville, Rhode Island, should take it over. Just make it an historical site. Get Jacqueline the help she needs. Because obviously, all of this is just like the hamster on the wheel, the perpetual wheel. The more it goes on, the more publicity she gets, the more arrogant she's going to get. Yeah. Because of mental illness, it does cause that.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's schizophrenic, honestly. And I'm not a doctor, but she definitely showing signs of some kind of split personality.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of
You
people
know, she
have
started out
speculated
being
that.
nice, and then I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but let me just round it up by saying I really enjoy your content because you, my friend, are very transparent.
Ah, well,
You have nothing to gain or lose,
yeah, well,
and I
thank you.
appreciate you.
Ah, thank you. I appreciate you too. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for joining me. And you know, you again have given me a lot of food for thought in this whole situation.
Thank you. I hope so because I'm just feeling really bad for everybody involved, including yourself. I'm sure you're disheartened over it. A lot of people are, even me. And I've never been to the Conjuring house. My heart goes out to the house. My heart goes out to the people affected.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree with you.
But thank you for taking the time picking me.
Oh no, thank you for taking the time to chat with me. Thank you so much.
It's been lovely.
It
Thank
has.
you.
We'll
God
have to do
bless.
it again. And you, take care.
Okay, honey. Bye-bye.
Oh man, I love it. I love this. This is why I do it. This is why I do it. I just love connecting with people, you know, and giving people a chance to share their opinions, because I can share my opinion till I'm blue in the face. It might not always be the right opinion. Usually it's the wrong opinion, but this is why I love to do it. So we've got someone else in the chat who's been waiting very patiently. Spyro? I'm gonna have to ask. Hello. What's the chat saying? Let's have a look. Oh, they've gone. Okay, the chat is empty. Unless she's in the house. Just have a little look here. Right. Right. Just trying to catch up with everything to see. So I have seen that there has been a little bit of controversy recently sparking up once again. Satori has posted something online. I'm going to share it in probably tomorrow's video. It's a very interesting point that she's raised. She let me know that she was posting it when she posted it, and I was just like, oh shit, shit's hit the fan. Sorry, I thought it was just to listen live. Oh, don't worry about it, Spyro. Don't worry about it. Right. I think that might be where we leave it off for this evening, ladies and gentlemen, because it doesn't look like anyone else is in. Unless anyone else wants to do like the last call of the night. This is the, you know, when they do the bar and they give like the last ring of the night, last bell to let you know that this is coming to the end. What's the cost difference between owners though? What's that? I'm so behind on the chat. I do apologise, everyone. I'm trying to keep on top of it as best I can. Right. Looks as if that's it, but you need a bell then, Ben. I do. I need a bell that just goes ding, 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 last call of the night. And it's like, this is your last chance to call in. If not, it closes down. Scott, thank you as well. Thank you for being here. Thanks for joining. And thank you for keeping me in the loop with everything that's going on. I hope that you managed to get something back. You know, you deserve it. What was the cost before Jacqueline Nunez to visit the house? I don't know. I don't know what it was. I know that when Jacqueline took over, it was it really ramped up. Like it went from I can't remember. But let me just have a little check. Let me have a look. Cost of the Conjuring house to visit under Corey Heinsohn. Let me have a look. So this came from the Rhode Island Monthly. Resumed tours. Okay, so the Conjuring House was owned Jacqueline Nunez in May of 2022. Tours have resumed. Okay, but what was it before that? Corey said it was $250 when they had it. Right. So it went from $250 to almost $1,250, I believe, when Jacqueline took over. And that was obviously at the highest end price, like overnight on a weekend, content creator style. That's one hell of a price hike, isn't it? You know, one hell of a price hike. I mean, she's clearly got a business hat on at the time of doing this. But let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comments below. Of course, as always, I really appreciate everyone who not just phoned in, but was participating in the comments, in the chat. Everyone who was, has tuned in. Everyone that's dropped a like. Thank you so much. Yeah, I really, really do appreciate everyone who gets involved with these videos. And thank you so much for watching and, supporting the channel. I know that, obviously this Conjuring House thing's not going to last forever, and I do plan to kind of cover other controversies within the paranormal field. I dropped a video tonight about Sam and Colby, for example. But yeah, it's really lovely to hear from you all. I'm hoping that on Friday I can do another live stream like this, but I might have someone join me from the paranormal world. And again, like Cody and Satori last week, phone in. You can talk to these people directly, and I can bridge the gap a little bit more, so you can kind of reach out and talk to people. Anyway, let me know your thoughts and opinions. Thank you so much for joining, and until next time, I will spook to you all.